You're listening to Inside the Techosystem, a podcast bringing you fun and insightful topics about tech and its ecosystem in Nigeria. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm joined by my co-host Chuka. Hey, Chuka.
Hey, ITT lovers and stands and what other names do we? Hi everyone. Sorry. Hey, Emmanuel. What's good?
Can you define ITT?
ITT now inside the ecosystem. Come on, get with the program, man. Come on.
Some guys didn't get the note, didn't get the reference.
ITT.
Anyways, so in today's episode, we're going to be having a little chat about AI, and we have a guest. His name is Nnamdi Ibeanusi. Nnamdi is a recent graduate of University College Dublin. He's currently working as a software engineer at HubSpot. Before I continue, I need to hype this guy. So Nnamdi is actually my friend. We went to the same university before he left us, to Ireland. Anyway, so Nnamdi is actually a brain box. Nnamdi is smart. Nnamdi is very intelligent. Nnamdi actually graduated as the best student in my course, and I think even in my department. So you guys are going to get hot stuff,
Wow.
Anyways, so I'll let Nnamdi just talk about.
Can I get an autograph after this recording? I'd really like to hang it on my wall and stuff.
I already have one, anyways. All right, so I'll just let Nnamdi, introduce himself. Nnamdi.
Hi. You guys know how when all these guest packs stuff, they try to introduce them. That's how it was. I said, I was just my hands were like together under my head. I was just looking down.
He has gone around the world propagating the gospel of Christ. And
wow,
we're so lucky to have him in our midst today. He came with his beautiful wife.
Sounds like just like them.
Yeah, I was feeling like that as well. You guys are talking. But yeah, Abu and I go back like a long way. We're on the same scholarship in Covenant as well. That's how I first met him.
Oh yeah. Wow. I'm in the same category as Nnamdi. Wow.
Are you guys sure I'm supposed to be on this episode because you guys are on scholarship, you guys are I don't know. I'm just getting by in this industry. So I'm just trying my best.
Yeah. And yeah. And then I think it was in second year that we just really knew that we're super into tech. That follow-up that you did in Covenant, that all those guys came.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, so I think we all went, me, you, John, all of us that's cool now went to that follow-up.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, wow, these guys are mad. All these Prosper was there, timigod.
Yeah. Must have been nice.
All of them.
That day.
Those guys never came to my school though. Yeah, I'm calling them out.
Yeah.
Prosper, I'm calling you out.
Yeah. So that was actually nice. Yeah, but I think there's me and I will go a long way back. Nice to be on the podcast.
Yeah, so Nnamdi, we just like to know
a
little bit more about you, what you're into, stuff you like, your name, when you are introducing yourself to someone, what are the main points you touch on and stuff, basically.
That's a hard question. Well, my name is Nnamdi, as you guys know.
That's what smart people say.
No, it's actually a hard question because I don't even know it's that I don't even know if I like anything because of lockdown. I've been locked down for 2 years now.
Wow.
So I work at HubSpot as a backend engineer, mostly in Java, so just Java stuff I do all day. In terms of interests, I like lots of things. I like movies a lot. I like movies. I like good music. I like cooking.
Oh wow.
Okay, I don't. No. I don't like cooking. It's just because if I don't cook out,
means of survival.
Yeah, exactly. You can't always it's expensive to order food and stuff. So you have to just learn to cook and survive.
Low-key, I'd rather starve than cook though. I'm sorry.
Serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. But it's cool, man. You're doing your thing, it's okay. It's okay.
Well,
it's okay.
But anyway, in terms of tech, I think I'm really into a lot of things apart from like front end stuff, because I think it's like the hardest thing in programming right now.
I agree
Front
with you,
end,
bro.
I didn't want to think about
Cap.
like what it should take. No, it actually is. You're supporting like 4 different browsers and
Wait.
versions of stuff like
Oh wait. Okay. I
versions
thought you
and
said
stuff like
back
that.
end, front end. Yeah, definitely. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
front end is magic for me. Back end is easier to do for me.
Pretty
But like
straightforward.
in
Yeah.
computer science, I'm more like attracted to like the theory parts of things. Like I know I will remember that I was really into all these theory of computation courses that we were
No,
doing.
Nnamdi was on fire, man. Shit.
I know those math courses we were doing because that was what I really liked. Yeah. Um, and then I got exposed to AI. I mean, we're always hearing about machine learning AI like throughout, but then I never really paid attention to it until like final year when I had to do it for a final year project, and I had zero knowledge about it, and I had to just go and learn from scratch. I was like, stuff was actually mad, though. So that's how it started from. And then when I went for a master's, I picked most of my courses were like all these advanced AI courses. So I did stuff in information theory, statistics. I did stuff in like ML, recommender systems as well, and what's it called? Something.
Intelligent systems.
Shall related to AI? Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
So I was thinking I would even go and do a PhD as well in that field. But then coronavirus happened, so like I was like, let me just get a job instead. Let me not
No, do you like school that much?
be too adventurous. It's not about school, it's mostly just the research and
Oh, okay. Okay.
shouting mad when you find something or you understand something.
I, mean,
Eureka.
I don't know if I'll get that excited, but I feel you, sure. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the same way when you build something and it works and your
Yeah,
API is nice and fast. You're like,
true.
man, you just feel so happy,
True.
that kind of thing.
Emmanuel is definitely like that. He's a huge nerd.
I know Emmanuel.
He's like, yo, guy, we're passing 5,000 requests. Oh my god, losing my shit. I'm just like,
So there was this day, I think on Wednesday, we ran a little experiment on our app, and then we were getting like a lot of signups. That day, like the app was down for like 5 minutes. I was like, yes,
finally, some adventure.
Finally.
I know, right? So
I'll be curious to hear, like, do you guys have an episode about your backend stack? How do you guys do like load balance and all those things? I don't know.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
Emmanuel, we
actually
should
interesting.
actually have you
Yeah.
on the episode.
You should actually talk about that
So
because I was
I
listening
wrote,
to that.
yeah, I wrote a couple of articles. I think
Mm,
I'll write more and then probably talk about it in an episode.
yeah, because I'm really like into system design now. I just like reading about how people scale systems. Like,
Yeah,
how did your caching?
scaling is an
How do
interesting
you
problem.
do your DBs? All these things. I like reading
Yeah,
and reading stuff like that. So if you guys do about for Pettysave, I would be interested in that.
Yeah, I'll
looking
listen to
forward to
that
that.
too. At 2x speed though, because I mean, listen to Emmanuel talk about, oh my god. But anyways,
You're not serious.
yeah. So let's just get into the episode for today. I mean, we have a
Yeah,
lot of
sure.
stuff to talk about because Nnamdi is deep and wide and
Hmm.
We want to get as
experienced.
much as we
Please,
can.
Yeah.
let's just manage expectations. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
It's been a
Okay,
while.
so I think you have already talked a little bit about artificial intelligence, but we just like you to, if you were to talk about AI basically to say a 10-year-old or even an adult or anybody like you want to talk about AI, what would you say to them?
Uh, AI is like depends on how deep you want to get. Like artificial intelligence. If you want to now define the two different terms, as in artificial, okay, man-made, right, and then
Yep.
intelligence. That's like, what is intelligence? How do you describe intelligence? That's a philosophical question that I'm not even going to try to answer. Do you get? So like
Are you
AI.
guys getting a taste of it already?
No, like I'm being serious. Like,
Yeah.
how do you know something is
Yeah, I
intelligent?
get.
Is it just
Actually,
because it's like
yeah,
are plants intelligent just because
yeah.
they're alive, or are only human beings are monkeys intelligent, for example?
Mm.
So these are actual questions that are not really answerable. But like the way artificial intelligence, what it actually means in computer science is like trying to give computers the ability to act as if they're intelligent. So I wouldn't say they're intelligent, but then they just behave like they know what they're doing, for example. And then AI is actually quite broad. And then in one side, you have the really popular stuff like ML, for example. Everyone knows machine learning, but then it's just like a subsection of AI. The other sections would be stuff like uh I don't know, like, so before we even talk about, before all these like neural networks are invented, there were systems that could play chess in the 70s or 80s that used some form of AI techniques. I mean, if I go online, I probably read about them, get the names,
Oh,
but
sure.
like the point is not everything is ML or like deep learning and stuff like that. You get, like, AI existed way before these things became popular,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
and it's just a really broad field. Yeah,
I think AI is like more than 50 years old. Even
exactly. Like, these
like
things are
way
old.
behind that. Yeah. Way before that.
Deep learning just became popular in like the last 15 years or something.
But like
Yeah.
people have been doing research on it for a very long time and stuff.
Exactly, for a very long time. So like stochastic gradient descent, for example, was invented in, was it sometime in the 90s, and then it was just like it lay on like untouched for years, and then one day someone just like, oh, this is actually cool. Let's like use it in this network and that kind of thing. Before you know it, Google was doing all sorts of things in like neural networks, and then it just blew up. And yeah, it's like if you read a lot of papers in like ML, for example, you see that the first ideas were actually proposed like long time ago. They are just getting popular like in the last 10 years or
Yeah.
so, 15
Do
years.
you think Alan Turing is one of the earliest guys that
Ah,
did
how
work
could I
on it?
even forget? Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan Turing, all these guys.
Nice.
I don't know if you know Lisp,
Yeah,
the
Lisp. I know
functional
Lisp.
programming language. It was actually
I think that's the
invented.
father of AI.
Yeah, McCarthy, exactly. That was
Yeah.
like 1950 watts. So this is how this ancient you get.
Asian tech.
This Lisp was invented for like AI purposes,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it's not always like machine learning and stuff like that. It's a really old field. But yeah, that's how I explain it. I'll explain it's just like trying to make machines seem like they know what they're doing, like emulate human behavior in some very specific tasks. Very specific, and that's a keyword, very specific, because you can't have general AI as in you can just do everything. You can play chess, you can identify cats from dogs, you get.
Oh, nice. So that's what it means. I've always wondered. People talk about specific and general. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
thanks.
general AI. General AI is like human beings because we're smart and we can do all these
Oh,
things, but
yeah.
computers can only do one thing really well, probably better
Do
than
you think
us. But yeah.
that's just like for now? Do you think, going forward? Because
Ah,
we've been seeing a lot of robot movies and stuff. And that shit is really scary.
almost.
Have you seen Outside the Wire?
No, I haven't seen
Oh
it, but like
man.
there are a lot. I get what you're talking about, Sha. Like, who would have thought that humans would be flying helicopters on Mars
Yeah.
in 2021,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
But like, I think I don't know if it's possible to give a machine general AI like yet,
But
because we
is
don't.
there any research that's trying to do that?
Yes, no. What's that guy's name? I won't be surprised if that's what they're doing. At what was Elon Musk startup that's trying to give?
Neuralink.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be working on something like that in secret
Yeah.
or something.
They better they better keep it at the pigs, not
Yeah,
in the
they should. But
markets.
then, like, but then, if you want to give computers intelligence, like, the question is how. Like, I, I, as
Like
I
where
mentioned
does
before, how
intelligence comes from? Like where
exactly
does
how
it
do you
come from?
define it? How do you structure is to put it into a computer? As in,
Yeah.
what is it? What makes human beings intelligent?
uh,
Mm.
Yeah, so I don't know, Sha. I don't know. I don't know if it might be possible, but if it is, I don't think we'll be surprised. Yeah.
so
Mm.
let's just
Nice.
prepare for the dawn of the robots then.
I thought it was supposed to be apes. Anyways,
Oh, dear.
so the first question I would like to ask would be I think you mentioned it a bit, but I'd like to ask again. So do you think that innovation in AI is moving as fast as people claim? So you said something about who knew that we'll be flying helicopters to Mars, right? That obviously points to the question that we're moving fast. But do you think we're actually moving
Mhm.
as fast as people claim that, oh, in the next X years, a lot of jobs will be taken over by AI and stuff like that. Do you think we're as fast as we think?
Yeah, for like specific tasks, I think so. Um, yeah, because it's hard to create general AI. I don't think it even exists. But then AI that is specialized to do one thing, then
Okay.
yeah, it's getting good really fast. 5 years ago, these self-driving cars were like, what's that? Now they're becoming more and more like Apple is doing research into some. Google is trying to do their own. Tesla is like you get making their
Mm,
own commercial
yeah.
self-driving cars. So that's like one task to drive yourself, and they're doing it well, and it's getting better every like month. Stuff
Nice.
like translation, they've perfected these things long time ago. Image analysis, there are systems that do it far better than human beings will ever do it. Sound as well. Um, Stuff like Shazam, how Shazam works, for example.
Shazam! Sorry, I had to do
Sorry,
that.
I mean the
sorry.
app,
I'm
like
actually
like the music app.
don't mind him. Don't mind him. That's how he is on this show. We're tired. We're tired. Yo, I've actually been
Yeah.
meaning to do this research, but like lazy me, I haven't. Can you like? Do you know how? Can you like give a short explanation of how Shazam works currently?
Okay, like nobody knows how Shazam works, but then what's people just guess, okay, if I was going to build it, this is how I'll do it. You
Okay.
get
Wait, are you
so
serious?
they
Nobody knows
probably.
how it works.
I mean, it's trade secret now. Would Google tell you how they do their search indexes? They
I,
won't
I
release the
mean, I
information
mean,
now.
Google wouldn't, but like, I mean, over the years, other people have figured out, how to do something
No,
close,
no search
something
engine is
close.
as good as
Yes, but I mean,
Google.
something
Like,
close.
have you used Bing before? That thing sucks.
I don't even bother.
And Bing is Microsoft, so you can imagine.
Wow.
Ooh,
So like,
take
but
this
okay,
up,
wait,
man.
wait. What about? But like, okay, chill, chill. There are apps that can actually work like Shazam. Like Deezer has this feature where you can listen to sound. Genius, I
Exactly.
think Genius also has the same thing.
Mhm.
But in my experience, I don't think any is as good as Shazam though, because Shazam has picked up sound from my earpiece before, and then he gave me the song directly and stuff.
Yeah. So I mentioned Shazam because that's like one specific task that a computer is probably doing way better than human beings can do right now. You get also stuff like translation. You type in a Russian sentence in Google and then it translates it to English. All that is automatic. Large networks power those things. So yeah, I believe that the advancements in those really specific tasks are like way
Okay.
faster than human beings will ever
So a funny
come to
theory is developing in my
catch up
mind
with.
as you're speaking. So you said
What?
specific AI. I mean, like it's
Hmm.
moving really fast. So do you think it can mimic general AI by combining the different specifics? So for instance, Google Google as a company, right, has many
Hmm.
specific AI implementations. Google Search has, for instance, Google Search itself is using AI, and then there's Google Translate inside Google Search. There's Google the captioning stuff. There's the
Yeah.
recommendation system. So all that. So is it possible that in the future that they will combine like little parts of specific AI that now make like the whole system look like it's general AI?
Mm,
Okay. Let's. That's a good question, but like let's think of it this way. In your body, let's say your heart is an AI system
mm,
and it does one thing really well. It pumps blood,
mm.
right?
Yeah,
And then your kidney does something really well. It filters your blood and everything, and then your liver does. So you have different parts that do really specific things very well.
yeah.
But then like there's one thing that controls all of them, which is what your
The brain.
brain.
Hmm.
So how do you now make a brain? That's general AI. You can't
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
like we're back where we started from.
So one controls all, not each
Exactly.
having
Yeah.
its own brain.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Mm.
Um, that's why it's possible to make robots, but then the robots can only do one thing. Either it to walk forward, or it to dance, or to clean your floor for you, or it to
I saw a video recently of I think NYPD using the Boston Dynamics robot, like the dog,
to
that
do
robot
what?
that they've been working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in they're actually using it now, walking on the street,
Oh,
like with the police.
I mean, it's good for them, I guess. But I won't be too worried about. I
Until
won't be
someone
too worried
installs a
about that.
virus inside.
Um,
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just by the way.
Yeah. So I think general AI is like still a long way off.
Oh, okay. You didn't answer one of Emmanuel's questions, which was like, do you think?
Sorry, which ones?
I mean, you talked about innovation in AI moving fast and stuff, but like a lot of people are scared that AI is going to like take their jobs. Like Emmanuel and I had what's it called? We had a talk the other day. Like we're guest speakers on one of these um
Conferences, I think.
yeah, it's like like a mini conference or something like that. And then someone asked the question there, and the person was like they're like website builders now. They're like things that can create stuff. Like basically things are just becoming simpler. Like things are just becoming simpler and simpler,
Yeah.
simpler. Yeah, and then people are just like, okay, like because actually as developers, right, as software engineers, you guys know you guys have taken people's jobs away, right? Just so you know. Like someone has built one software somewhere before and it has eliminated like 50 jobs at the go, something like that. So like a lot of people are wondering like, okay, AI is going to like start taking jobs and stuff. And maybe not now, maybe in the nearest future because, you know, there's still a lot of things that, you know, AI cannot just do as much as a human being, right? Or, you know, or there a no code tool or something, or a design tool or something. But maybe in the nearest future, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, like, what do you think about the possibility of that happening?
I mean, it's not a possibility. It's like already happening. Like it's going to happen. That's just like if once technology advances, things will change and jobs would become extinct and everything. So I wouldn't really say it's AI's fault. It's just tech, and even developers are not like exempt from this
I
thing
know
because
say
yeah, as in like
Oh my
15
god!
years ago, like 15 years ago, if you wanted to stand up your web app, you would probably I don't know, find where to host it, or you host it yourself. You do all your
You
balancing
get a flash
yourself.
drive, look for an actual storage.
Yeah, you look for actual places to store your stuff. You would configure your services yourself. You scale it yourself.
Actually,
Now
people,
just go to
yeah.
AWS and pay AWS to do it for you. And that's like someone that would have got that job in your company. You
You know,
get.
funny enough, nobody talks about those kind of people. How those
I
guys
mean,
like web hosting services have taken away those kind of jobs. Wow.
yeah, but it's a good kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't think any developer says, I want to host my web server myself. Do you guys?
yeah.
You,
I don't think
I
devs are
feel
too
like I should
bothered.
start exploring other career paths because I mean, eventually we're going to build what is going to kill us. That's what.
No, you can't do that. It's not
That's
possible.
what.
Like how? Like okay, so you guys have heard of GPT-3. I'm sure you've heard
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
GPT. There was lots
I
of hype
watched
around this language
I
model.
watched
That
a
thing sounds
video that
like
was like
witchcraft.
trashing it out.
It is. Yeah, so
Yo,
they've trained this language model on billions of text
Wow.
for hours and months, and they're just training it on the largest systems they can possibly find. So yeah, it can create paragraphs that can deceive human beings. It can write poetry. And I saw an instance where it actually wrote a React app, as in they were like, write a React app that does this. They described what they wanted in
what?
natural language. And you wrote code
No
that
way.
did that. You
Oh
say
yeah, I
no
saw that
way.
stuff.
Oh my.
It's real low.
Yo,
This guy, you're
I
sleeping
can't
off.
even write a reactor.
The only the
My
only thing
employees,
is that
I'm joking.
it's
I don't mind
the
me.
code that it writes is not that usable. That's the only thing.
Okay, usable for who?
Exactly.
Like for instance, no, calm down, calm down. I mean like
Emmanuel,
if
does
you
it
say
work?
build me, no, you're missing the point. For instance,
Okay.
let's say Instagram now wants to integrate GPT-3 and then they want to build some part
Mm.
of their app, right? And now say, okay, compose a component for blah blah blah. The code that it's going to write, at least at the moment, it's not so usable. You still require a lot of editing. So, but it means for it to be able to do that right now, it means like 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it will do much better. So you
Exactly.
should be
See,
scared.
it's probably that way because it wasn't trained to write code. It was trained to be a general language model.
Yeah.
So language models are meant to be very generic. Like every single English book ever written, for example, they will just get all the text, make it digital, train it on one model for months, so it can actually mimic human languages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if someone does that same thing for like maybe every single line of code written in Python,
More.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
don't know,
As if
Sha. I'm
as
just
if you never
speculating.
script like this.
It's probably not possible because
That's
I
true.
don't I, I don't know. I don't know if
We
it's
don't know
possible. I don't know
actually.
if it's
That's the thing.
possible because
Like,
semantic, like bugs. I don't know, Sha. I doubt, but whatever. Like
now that
it's
you
Sha
say
possible.
bugs, is it possible for compilers like to run some form of AI that can like just make compiling much faster or making
No,
bugs
no,
easier to find? That
no.
would be dope,
Like
sha.
AI, like what kind of AI? Like machine learning stuff.
Well, I think
Like
compiler is already like doing a lot of work already before.
exactly, and it's very deterministic, so it always gives the
Yeah,
same answer. AI models are like they can change. You get they're not always
actually. So
deterministic.
there's this meme I saw, like when you ask let's say you're at the edge of a cliff and you ask AI, what do I do? AI will ask all your friends, what should you do? Your friends will say jump. And AI will say, okay, jump.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's actually called
I've forgotten the name.
collaborative recommendation.
Yeah.
So it's a technique. For example, if
Emmanuel said he
Netflix,
had forgotten the name. Why you lying?
No, now I did something like that in final year. Are you okay?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
yeah, it's collaborative
Don't worry, I
recommendation.
don't know anything about
So
AI anymore.
yeah, and it sucks.
You
Recommender systems are like a place close to my heart because I get really angry when I see them being abused. Yeah,
Hmm. Like
like
Twitter.
in what case?
like Twitter.
Really?
Twitter is. I feel like they're killing that fraud dog. I always get angry when I look at my Twitter feed, especially the trending topics.
Who do you think does the
Okay,
best recommender systems right now?
YouTube Music, Spotify.
YouTube Music is like magic. I don't know how they
YouTube
do it.
Music is supposed to have they know about your life.
No.
That's
No
good.
YouTube Music, like YouTube, the actual YouTube like videos. Like
Oh, okay.
you should watch this next.
Now
It's always so on
that's a
point.
black hole, man. Like I had
The
to turn that
rabbit
off.
hole.
Yeah, it's a black hole.
Like I had to turn that off because I'm just like, oh my god,
Like,
the next video is so good.
did you know that the guy that invented the I think the YouTube what do you call it now? Recommender
hmm
system. He actually stopped using YouTube. Either he stopped or he used he's now using a Chrome extension to block out like the autoplay and the recommendation.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, I think it's actually okay. If let's try something. I will open your Twitter and like tell me your
Okay.
trending topics right now.
I see. I turned off
Like,
trends at the point. They just came back
are
on.
you set to Nigeria?
Let me switch. Okay, so I'm logged in now. What's trending? Polly, Adedeji, Stoneboy,
Are you
PC.
serious?
Peaky Blinders, Shoes by
So
Flora is here.
Are you
so we
serious?
all have different trends here.
I,
Chuka, you have
I
different
swear to
trends.
Yes,
God, I have Eminem,
it's
dog,
This is the
different
shit
though.
I
Copy,
hate.
Peaky
This is the
Blinders. I think Peaky Blinders is the
I,
only similar thing.
I have
Yeah, it's only
Eminem, Dog, Copy, Moreno, Hurricane. Hurricane from where? I don't even watch
okay.
Tottenham.
Hurricane is number 9 on my own list. Legwork is number 7.
Number 7 on
Uh,
my list is Kemi Adeosun.
what?
That's like the
So
former Nigerian
so
Minister
why
for
do you think
Finance.
why do you think their recommender system is trash?
Obviously, they're looking at our tweets, what we interact with, and that based on that, they're trying to figure out, okay, this is what they would want to read about. For example, Harry Kane, probably because I follow Arsenal. And Spurs are like rivals, that kind of thing. You get
Yeah.
um Mourinho, same thing, football and everything. Kemi Adeosun, because I'm into politics. I tweet a lot of politics stuff. I like them a lot on my
Oh
timeline. So
really?
they give me her name on my recommender on trending topics. So it's annoying because I look at my trends and I think, okay, people are actually talking about this. Like this is what's popping in Nigeria, you get. And I'm in my
Yeah.
own bubble. And then all of us have different tweaked stuff. So
Yeah.
we're all in our own
Yeah.
bubbles. You get I want to know what everyone's talking about. If I wanted to
Oh
know
yeah, I get you. I
just
get
what
you.
my guy is talking about, I
So
know where to go to for
I
my
get you,
gist.
man.
You get
Yeah.
you get what I'm
Nice.
saying? So this thing is really annoying.
So
And
it's like an echo chamber for each person.
Yeah.
exactly. This is the biggest. This is really dangerous thing they're doing, making everyone think. Everyone thinks like me.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you seen the
that's
When
social
that
dilemma?
sells more, sha.
Emmanuel, you've
I'm
seen it,
sorry.
right? The social dilemma.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
documentary. I think it's on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So
if even more insidious than this, what they can do is maybe in my number 5 trending topics, they can add, I don't know, they can add like a product like Dangote. Maybe Dangote paid Twitter for ad space, right? They can add Dangote as
Oh,
trending. So I'll think, what Dangote do? I'll click on it and I want to buy his product for some reason. You get Instagram does this thing a lot. Like Instagram is like, I feel they've destroyed that app because I don't even scroll anymore. You know, they took away our chronological feed now.
yeah.
So the posts you
oh
see
yeah, yeah. So it's based on
are,
what they
det-
think you want to
are
see.
determined by some random algorithm that we don't know how it works.
Hmm.
Guys, it's
Yeah.
just horrible. Recommender systems are just somehow like, I feel like this personalization thing they're doing is really harmful for a lot of reasons. And but it's one thing AI is good at and it's getting better at every single day. So yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's
The only
interesting.
thing.
Like I guess that's what I don't remember his name again. I always mix this guy's name. Um the guy that wrote Atomic Habit, the guy that wrote Hooked,
Okay.
and the guy who talks about Indestructible. So they're all like apart from the Atomic Habit guy, sha, they're like advocating against this whole recommender systems and how like big tech is like profiting off people's emotions, like they trigger
Yeah,
emotions
they
so that you
are.
can
They
engage
are.
and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. They do.
I guess that the ones that will be the that will help us in the fight. Because like for instance, the guy that talked about being indestructible, I can't remember his name. I'll try to figure it out for the end of this episode. So he's advocating, for instance, that the business model of advertising is the problem. That like in the end, it all still boils down to ads, right? So if these companies still make money off ads, like there's really no way to like beat them at it. So he was advocating that like there will be laws that would, that for instance make a company tell you how much you are worth to them. So for instance, let's say Nnamdi, you are worth $5,000 to us at Facebook. So you know upfront how much they're making off you, that kind of thing. So those are some of the things that is kind of like advocating for, because like I mean they're making so much money off you by just sending you ads. Like they take so much money from businesses and then you're just there using their product for free, thinking it's free.
Where are
You
the
know.
products?
Yeah. So I guess we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
You
And then
okay? No, go first.
no, sure, go ahead.
No, go first. Go first.
Right. I mean, I was just going to add because like it's not really going to be robots that destroy us or something. Like this kind of echo chambers they're
Yeah,
creating,
exactly.
it's causing real life divisions among people
Yeah.
and stuff. You get so the obviously famous example is stuff like the Brexit campaign or anything that involves American politics, left and right, and all those things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People
Yes, the
think,
guy's name is Tristan Harris.
oh, Tristan Harris,
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard of him. But like,
Then the other guy
people think,
is
oh,
Neil
everyone thinks like me.
Eyal. Yeah.
Everyone thinks like me. How come
Mm-hmm.
no one is angry about this thing? But then really, it's just Facebook trying to tailor your feed
You
to
know,
what
Yeah.
they know you already like.
we actually saw a live display of that the other day. Somebody, it was a tech exchange. I think it was Hack Sultan or someone else. I'll try and look for the tweet and then plug it down. I think Hack Sultan mentioned somebody amongst a list of notable names in tech and stuff. And then someone attacked him and was like, how dare you? Right? Like, do you know what this man has done? And Hack Sultan is like, I don't know anything. No. And literally, I think
Oh,
the person started canceling people on the spot, blocking
oh
people, and
yeah, I think I saw that.
really okay.
The person in question was Jeff Dean.
Yeah,
That guy is
yeah,
a
Jeff T, yeah.
that,
Oh, are
that
you
guy is a
serious, Jeff
beast.
Dean? What? You know, I
Omo,
talked about Jeff Dean in like one of my episodes. I think the tech transfer episode.
no, I feel like
Jeff Dean. Jeff Dean is
yeah.
he uses
So
Emacs.
He uses what?
Emacs
Wait, you know
for
what? I'm
editing his
actually
code.
quite lost. I actually don't know what he did. So
Okay, so
anyone.
Jeff Dean is the head of Google Brain,
Oh, okay.
man,
like the division of AI.
man.
Okay.
But like, I think over the last few months they fired a few of their researchers for some reasons. I didn't really get into that.
I think
Oh,
I
really?
think there was something about them speaking against something. I think.
ethics and all those things, right?
Yeah.
So and they
Yeah,
were
they
black women, so it
yeah.
just didn't
But it wasn't
look well.
sexual harassment or something like that.
No, it just didn't look like good. So because of that, people have been like against Google and stuff like that.
So
But
people,
then
so people are
like
canceling him and stuff.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Well,
cancel
yeah.
culture will always be around.
Cancel
Anyways.
culture, cancel culture is so weird to me. Like there are a bunch of people pretending on Twitter now because they're so scared to be cancelled, and it's really so weird. Honestly, I hope everyone finds peace though. The Lord be with you. Anyways,
But like yeah, moving past that, I feel like just to add, if you actually want to get into like ML and you want to be an ML researcher, people like you should read the papers by like people like Yoshio Benjo
yeah.
and Jeff Dean, and there's this guy from Toronto, Geoffrey Hinton. Like these guys
Okay.
invented deep learning as we know it. Like
We'll
the
link
foundational
these guys in the
algorithms
show notes so
that
that they can just
yeah,
get them.
Yeah,
foundational
that was actually a
algorithms.
I
question
think there was
we're going
something
to
else.
ask.
There was something mad that Jeff Dean also worked on. Do you know Hadoop?
Yeah, MapReduce.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
how I even knew about him.
Okay, so there's something we usually do on this podcast whenever we have someone here, and it's so
Okay.
weird. This is the first time we're actually forgetting to do it.
My bad,
Right.
guys.
Well,
So we usually ask a question. The first question we ever start with is what would you be doing if we're not in tech?
me. Well, that's a hard question. A couple of things I might be interested
Movie
in doing.
director.
Making movies, that's one of
Oh
them.
wow,
Ooh,
that's
I
nice.
got it.
Maybe writing and teaching.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Ooh,
those things.
teaching. What would you be teaching?
Not tech. You can't teach
Teaching,
tech.
Yes,
I
you
can't
can
teach tech.
No, you can't.
No, I want to go and teach 100 level computer science.
No, that's tech.
Covenant.
You can't teach tech. You have to teach something that's totally different.
I don't know
Psychology.
anything else in this life. That's all I can teach.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
we have like a couple of questions left before like we round up the episode and stuff. So I think I would ask one, and then maybe Emmanuel can take the rest. Okay, I think I actually
Mhm.
have two. Okay, I'll just break them into two. Okay, first one is I know that you're doing mostly Java now, and I know it's probably been a while since you did AI stuff, but I mean, do you still tinker around? Like maybe like you have a hobby somewhere, building a self-driving car somewhere you have not announced to the world or something. I don't know. Like, do you still feel like oh okay, or after your career with Java and stuff, do you feel like oh you actually want to go ahead and do some really cool AI stuff and maybe publish your own papers and stuff?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I was if I go back to like super into machine learning and stuff like that, it has to be like through a PhD. I
Oh,
have to go back to school
no, okay.
because as it is, I don't really have that much time. Like last year, I was trying to write like so you guys know scikit-learn now.
Yeah.
I was trying to make my own scikit-learn,
Ooh,
Oh, really?
nice.
and I just abandoned that project because it's like just taking so much time.
When people
Yeah.
when people say the abandoned projects, I think there are two types of abandoned projects. Like I don't think I can even think of starting that kind of project, and here you are abandoning it. So yeah,
No, like it's not. If you're not to use NumPy, not to use pandas, you can build like, for example, a class for making neural networks or
no, really,
doing all these nice base algorithms, linear regression, really basic stuff. Start from there,
really
then make more
basic
complex
stuff. Yeah,
things.
yeah,
As in, look at the way he just said it's
definitely.
basic.
No,
Nice. All
linear
right,
regression,
boss.
y equals mx plus b. You guys, that's basic.
Yeah, but we mess around with our guests all the time. Don't mind those. But yeah, really basic stuff like everyone listening can hear. So like, I mean, if you're into basic stuff like that, you should definitely check it out. Okay, my second question is okay. So basically, school will be like your PhD will probably be the main thing that will take you back to all of that. Is that what you're saying?
hmm That's if I do a PhD, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
Mm.
But like apart from that, you don't have like apart from the scikit-learn project thing that you abandoned last year, you don't have any other thing like you're just messing around with and stuff.
That's related to ML, no. So I've been doing a lot of Haskell, which is not really related to ML or anything ML.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
All right.
that's like what I do when I'm not working these days.
All right.
Alright.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
So
Okay. So my
there's this there's sorry,
okay.
I'm sorry. So there's this thing I've been thinking about. So they have been making games like since
Hmm.
since before AI became popular, at least. Do you think games have been using AI all this while?
Yeah, I mean, maybe some games do.
Yeah, like games that you play against computer and stuff.
Yeah,
So
but then
was it
it
actually
won't be.
AI?
Yeah, but it won't be AI like neural networks. There are other AI algorithms that you can use for
Okay.
games, especially for games. So stuff like, I don't know if you know reinforcement learning. That's what all these games use.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So deep Q learning is like one is like the standard algorithm that they use for games. So AlphaGo, for example, that beats the world player in Go,
Oh,
was
nice.
trained using that kind of algorithm. But so it's not like neural networks per se, but it's still AI machine. It's still
So
AI
like
in
so like
general. Yeah.
FIFA now they are doing like reinforcement learning.
I don't know what FIFA does. Like, is the hardest
Imagine
FIFA level
FIFA
hard?
becomes
Is it
no, it's
that
not
hard?
so hard. It's not so hard.
I don't.
Imagine
Maybe
FIFA
not. I
becomes
don't
so
know.
good. Like the more you play it, the better it gets, and then it
The
gets
more.
to a
Oh
point
no,
where,
that you can't beat it again.
yeah,
Do you play
that'll be
FIFA?
so.
Hey, hey, do
Ah,
you remember that project
Nnamdi
that
used to
Mr.
flog me,
Mr.
and he will be using
Do you
Arsenal.
remember that project? Do you remember that project? Ah, my guys now. I can't shout now.
Yo, you're an
Don't worry.
Arsenal fan, man.
Don't shout. Don't shout. Don't laugh
That
too
must
hard.
be
Unfortunately,
Don't laugh
that
too.
must be tough, man.
Unfortunately,
Hope you're doing
yeah,
good.
it's
Hope
tough.
you're doing okay.
I'm trying. I'm trying. But like, since you mentioned games and AI, do you remember that project Mr. Adibi gave us in second year to make something in C sharp?
okay. I don't remember
I
C
might not
sharp.
remember, but yeah. But what I did was X and O,
Oh, I think I remember.
like
I remember that repo on
X and O
your
AI that
GitHub
you can
account.
never beat.
What?
Nice, I
Yeah,
remember.
Are you serious?
X and O.
You
Yes,
did that
it
in
was possible
second
to
year.
beat it. Guys, it was like on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Nice one. Nice save. Because I was about to hype the hell out of you just now.
But like the point is that's technically AI, but then it's not like anything fancy. You can do it in your room, that kind of thing. So basically, just anytime someone makes a move, you look at all the possible moves from now to the
And then
future,
you block it.
Okay, so does it take time
and you
before it
just
plays the next move?
yeah. So that's the thing. It has to build that tree of
Oh,
possibilities and choose the best path. So yeah, it took time to build those things.
Man, that's
But
fun.
there are obviously improvements they can do. But obviously, I didn't know these things back then because I
Yeah,
wasn't
you'd have
so.
done a little bit of caching and stuff.
Yeah, you should have stuff like that, pre-computing, path trimming. There are a lot of things you
Nice.
can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask my question now, Emmanuel? Thank
Hmm.
you very
Yes.
much. All right, Nnamdi, I want to ask, what's your favorite thing and least favorite thing about AI currently? Like, what makes you
Um,
go, yay, and then what makes you go, nah, this is too much. I just, you know.
I honestly really like the applications that are just so good. It's like things that would have been impossible 20 years ago. Stuff like translation. I can translate any single thing I see on Twitter, different language, and see something that's mostly accurate. That's like magic.
Mm,
So that's a really good application. But the bad parts are like, as we discussed, the when they use it to start to recommend things to people,
no.
and then how they recommend these things is not really obvious. They are putting their ads, they are putting what people are already predisposed to, they're putting what can trigger people.
Yeah,
That's bad. Like
yeah.
that's not so good. So that's what I don't like about AI right now. But then I like the positive parts like translations and autocompletes, things like that. Like Gmail can write messages for me right now as it stands.
That's
I don't
actually
really have to
very
reply
true.
mails
Like,
anymore.
you forget an
You
attachment
guys
and Gmail
noticed
tells you, yo,
exactly.
did you forget that attachment? Like, so Gmail,
Yeah,
Yeah, and
those
then
those are really helpful stuff for
Gmail
like
is so
Loki.
crazy
exactly
right
these are
now.
really helpful things, and I feel like that's what we need: really specific, helpful
Yeah.
Yeah.
things, not something to give three of us three different trending lists based
And
on
I know,
whatever
right?
we don't know.
Like those are some of the things that this guy mentioned, Tristan. Like AI or whatever kind of tech, you should enable
Mhm.
human interaction. You should
Exactly,
enable like our natural instincts and stuff. So
exactly. Not make me
not,
think that everyone's talking about hurricane when it's just me that's seeing this
I
thing. You get
Hmm.
swear.
Sure.
Yeah. So I have one question. I think one or two questions. The first one will be: do you think AI can become conscious? like if we eventually know how to define what consciousness is, do you think AI can become conscious?
That's a big if, but I mean, if we do that, manage to map out this is what it means to be alive, this is what it means to be intelligent, then yeah, why not?
So
Why
like
not? Someone will find a way to do it. One grad student in
MIT.
Cap, no, not even MIT, University of Washington, all these small universities,
Okay, so like
someone will find a way
so
to do
you're
it.
saying we just have to be able to answer that one question. Like what does it mean to be intelligent?
Yeah, but that's a hard question because yeah, once you answer that, you're like you would. I don't know. I don't know. Like trees are alive, but you can't say they're intelligent, or can you?
Um,
Mm,
Depends.
the Turing game.
I'm here, I'm just like, man, that's so deep. Like, yo, do you write? Are you a poet or
The
something?
yes,
Are you whining me?
yes.
Like I'm just like, yo.
Nnamdi won a competition, like a national competition, before he entered
Which
CU.
competition?
No, we read about
Hey,
You're
it.
right.
this guy, what are you talking about?
Yo, we'll link the Punch newspaper in the description below.
Lol.
Yo, wait, but that's actually insane, man. Yeah, I've actually never really thought about it that way, but like on this podcast is so weird because as I'm recording, I get to learn stuff most times from our guests. Like our guests is something, I'm just like, oh wow, really, and then I just write it down. So
Nice.
Yeah.
well, yeah, thanks for that, really.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions I have. Yeah,
I guess that covers it.
yeah. So thank you very much, Namdi. Like this has been a very
Nice.
nice conversation. I'm sure after this episode, I'm just going to re-listen and start jotting things down because there's a lot to learn.
You're judging
And
things.
yes, now, and then the fact that you considered some questions philosophical and beyond like answering, that's really smart because a lot of people would just give you answers that they don't even know about. So that's really smart. So it's like it leaves room for you to, let's say, battle with your own consciousness.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's really smart. Thank you so much for joining. And
Yeah,
by the
thanks.
way, I'm not sure if you mentioned that Nnamdi is currently in Ireland. I'm sure he mentioned that his country is under lockdown, but he didn't mention Ireland. Well, from the college,
You
we
said
have figured out.
so.
So yeah, it will take a little bit of googling to know that. Anyways, so thank you so much. Yeah,
We'll link his socials in the description. Like
Oh,
yeah, like your Twitter and stuff. If anybody needs to reach out to you, ask questions and all of that. He's a very cool guy. He's very chill, very very chill.
yeah, trust me. But don't play FIFA with him, Sha.
Emmanuel, you're just a pipe.
Yeah.
Just a pipe. Come. That's
Oh,
your
all
that's,
right now.
that's your
I
only
agree.
problem.
yeah.
Alright,
I mean,
well,
like,
I
thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I think you guys should do that episode about your tech stack. So
yeah.
I would
Emmanuel, I'll be
want
the
to
one
hear
to
No
about that.
problem. No problem.
Yeah. Thank you
I'm
so
looking
much,
forward
man,
to
for
that.
coming on the podcast. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Remember, we release new episodes every other Wednesday, and you can subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcast, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify. If you would love to connect with us, you can follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at insidethetechos, or subscribe to our newsletter and shoot us an email at insidetechosystem@gmail.com. We love hearing from our listeners. You can follow the host on Twitter as well, Chuka at Siwadiogo and Emmanuel at Olaoluwa_98. All right, see you in the next one.